When Liz McClarnon posted that hospital photo with a thumbs up, nobody expected what she'd been through just hours before. The Atomic Kitten star just welcomed her baby boy, but the delivery started out terrifying. What happened in that delivery room will leave you speechless, and the 3-year journey that led to this moment is something most people had no idea about. This isn't just another celebrity baby announcement. This is a story about 8 rounds of treatment, moments of complete darkness, and a miracle that almost didn't happen. The pop star's Instagram story dropped like a bombshell. There she was, hospital gown on, giving that thumbs up. But the caption revealed something nobody saw coming. Her baby boy arrived early, way earlier than planned. The birth started out what she called a bit scary, and that phrase alone sent shockwaves through her fanbase. What does scary mean when you're talking about childbirth? What went wrong in those first moments? The Liverpool-born singer kept the details close, but that simple admission told fans everything they needed to know. Something happened that made this delivery far from ordinary. But here's where the story gets even more intense. This wasn't just any pregnancy. This was the result of an 8-round battle with fertility treatment that pushed the 44-year-old to her absolute limits. 8 rounds. Let that sink in for a moment. Most people don't realize what that actually means. We're talking about years of hormone injections, countless doctor visits, failed attempts, and emotional roller coasters that would break most people. The Whole Again singer had been riding this wave since before she even married her husband Peter. The decision to start treatment came before the wedding bells even rang. Picture this, you're planning what should be one of the happiest moments of your life, your wedding, and simultaneously, you're making one of the toughest decisions about your future. That's exactly what McClarnon faced. She made the call to begin the process before saying "I do," which tells you just how desperately she wanted this. The clock was ticking, and she knew it. At her age, every month mattered. Every cycle counted. The pressure must have been absolutely crushing. The first attempt brought hope. Pure, undiluted hope. She thought it would work right away. Why wouldn't it? You go through the process, follow every instruction, do everything the doctors tell you, and boom, you're pregnant. That's how it works, right? Wrong. Dead wrong. By the 3rd cycle, everything had changed. The optimism evaporated. Reality set in hard and fast. This wasn't going to be the easy journey she'd imagined. Each failed attempt chipped away at her spirit, piece by piece. Then came the moment that nearly destroyed her. The cycle that didn't work left her physically sick. Not just emotionally drained, but actually sick. Her body rebelled against the hormones, against the stress, against everything. She described falling into what she called a dark hole. And anyone who's been through fertility struggles knows exactly what that means. It's not just sadness. It's a consuming darkness that makes you question everything. Your body, your worth, your future. The woman who once danced on stage in front of millions, who brought joy to countless fans with hits like "The Tide is High," found herself in a place where smiling felt impossible. Here's what makes this story even more heartbreaking. She went through 8 rounds over 3 years. 3 entire years of her life dominated by this process. 3 years of being on hormones more often than not. 3 years of waiting for phone calls that could make or break her day. How many eggs did they retrieve? How many embryos do we have? Are the embryos healthy? Are they growing? Am I pregnant? Each question carried the weight of her entire future. Every phone call could bring crushing disappointment or fleeting hope. The emotional toll became so heavy that she practically disappeared from social media. Fans noticed, where did Liz go? Why wasn't she posting? The truth was simple and devastating. Sometimes it was just too hard to smile. Imagine having to put on a happy face for the world when inside you're crumbling. Every pregnancy announcement from a friend felt like a knife. Every baby photo on her feed reminded her of what she didn't have. Social media, which should connect us, became a minefield of pain. But something shifted along the way. The process, as brutal as it was, taught her something profound. She started to truly understand that having a baby is a miracle, not in some abstract, poetic way, but in a real, tangible sense. There are so many things that need to go right, so many tiny details that have to align perfectly. People who conceive naturally might never grasp this reality. They don't experience the daily phone calls, the constant monitoring, the microscopic view of how life actually begins. They don't watch embryo counts drop. They don't hold their breath waiting to hear if their embryos are viable. When she announced her pregnancy back in May, the public reaction shocked her. She genuinely didn't expect people to care. After years in the spotlight, after the fame of Atomic Kitten, she thought her personal journey would barely register. She was wrong.
Within hours, 500,000 people had seen her announcement. 500,000! The response was overwhelming, and it revealed something she hadn't considered. IVF is something countless people can relate to, maybe more than anyone realizes. Her story wasn't just hers anymore. It belonged to every person who'd struggled, who'd failed, who kept trying despite the pain. The pregnancy itself brought new anxieties. She wore a baby on board badge on the tube because she didn't want to be knocked. Every bump, every jostle, every crowded train car became a source of worry. After fighting so hard to get pregnant, the fear of losing it consumed her thoughts. People stared at the badge, really looked at her, and she knew the secret was out. Time to go public before someone else did it for her. Her husband Peter Cho stood by her through every single round. 2 years of marriage, but 3 years of this fertility journey. He watched her struggle. He felt the disappointments. He held her through the dark moments. The strength it takes to support someone through this process while dealing with your own emotions is staggering. Every failed cycle wasn't just her loss, it was their loss. Every new attempt wasn't just her hope, it was their shared dream.
The journey included 2 devastating miscarriages on top of the failed IVF cycles. 2 pregnancies that started but didn't continue. 2 times she thought she'd finally made it, only to have that hope ripped away. The combination of failed transfers and miscarriages created a special kind of torture. It's one thing to never get pregnant. It's another level entirely to get pregnant and lose it. To see that positive test and then watch it all fall apart. The emotional whiplash must have been unbearable. Through it all, she kept pushing. 8 rounds. Some people would have stopped at 3. Others might have quit after 5. But she kept going. Round after round, injection after injection, disappointment after disappointment. The hormones messed with her body and mind. The stress became her constant companion. Yet she persisted because the alternative, giving up on becoming a mother, is simply unthinkable. Now here she is, hospital photo posted, baby boy in her arms, giving that thumbs up to the world. The scary start to the delivery is now just part of the story. Whatever happened in those tense moments is past. She's on the other side of it. The 3-year nightmare has ended with a dream come true. Every injection was worth it. Every tear, every dark moment, every failed cycle led to this. Her son exists because she refused to quit. The timing of his early arrival adds another layer to this already complex story. After all that careful planning, all those monitored cycles, all that medical precision, nature still had its own ideas. Babies come when they're ready, and hers decided not to wait. The early delivery that started scary but ended well proves that even with all our medical advances, birth remains unpredictable and wild. For the original Atomic Kitten member who gave us those unforgettable late 90s and early 2000s hits, this represents a completely different kind of success. Topping charts was one thing. Creating life after years of struggle is something else entirely. This victory means more than any platinum record ever could. This is the performance of a lifetime, and the audience is just one tiny baby boy who has no idea how hard his mother fought to bring him into the world. The story resonates because it's real. No sugarcoating, no pretending it was easy, no glossing over the pain. Just honest truth about a brutal process that millions of people face, but few discuss openly. McClarnon's willingness to share her darkness, her failures, and now her triumph creates a roadmap for others walking the same difficult path. Her message is clear. It's hard. It might break you temporarily, but miracles can happen if you keep fighting. Your support means so much to me. I'd love it if you support my channel by subscribing and leaving a comment. Love you all.